So with the Disability Innovator Hub, once we were clear on what problem we were trying to solve, that is the idea of economic disadvantage for people living with disability, and the idea of of growing in entrepreneurship skills and innovation skills in the disability sector, then what we went looking for is people that were already doing things in that space, and people that could help us in terms of training and delivering some of those skills. At St Giles, we took on the role of bringing the proposal together. When the next round of the TCF came about, we were pre-prepared and we knew what was required in terms of putting forward a proposal. And to be perfectly honest, that was the COVID round. If that hadn't suited us, we would have waited until whatever the next round was that would suit the idea or the proposal that we wanted to put forward. The way we went about things was very similar in both the application and the presentation. So there was a congruence between the two steps in the process. What I mean is that we were very clear in the application and in the presentation about what problem we were trying to solve, who we were trying to solve it for, who was coming to the table to solve it, why we were the best people to solve it, all of those sorts of things. But what the presentation enabled us to do was to bring some light and shade through stories, through pictures, images, and those sorts of things to help the board to understand more about what we were looking to do. It's difficult to bring emotion to the table in an application, and one of the opportunities that the TCF process brings in presentation is an opportunity to be able to connect the TCF Board, who are considering the process, or considering the application. It's an opportunity to be able to connect them with the emotion of what you're doing, and help them to understand the passion that your organisation or the group of organisations have for that particular problem and for that particular solution that they're bringing to the problem. It's often a good idea, if you've got the right people, to be able to have maybe someone who's closer to the action, be it a staff member or be it a person in the community that your project might impact, to have someone actually present a story like that as part of the broader presentation. Think about, if we were the TCF board, what sort of questions would we want to ask about our project? So having some thoughts around what questions might be asked and how you might answer them helps you to be prepared. So one of the other things that we did in preparation for our presentation in particular was to get some real clarity, some real understanding about how we were going to measure our success. You know, what would success look like if we were delivering our project? How would we measure that? And that becomes part then of the commissioning process. When we were heard we'd been successful, sitting down with Lola at the TCF and working out what our grant deed would look like. We were able to very quickly articulate, these are the things that will actually trigger payment, these are the things that will actually show that we're on track. But we had that clear before we went into those stages of the process.